looking at a lifetime forever, surviving from the strength of our love. 'Cause there's more than enough, searching for the same destiny. Me for you and you for me. Like the stars in the sky, you're the sparkle in my eye, and like the shining sun above, well, I got to have your love. And we will never find an ending to our love. No, 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 no. We will never find an ending to our love. Oh, no, 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 to
Hey y'all, Sister Modupe's Raw Vegan Soul Food Show. Woo! Okay, yeah, not on time, right? But we here, always on time, okay? Love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am excited. And that beautiful song we opened up with, that's not just love between me and my special guest, but that's love for the world, that's love for our future, that's love for the plants, the love for the animals, love for all creation, okay? Now, today's show, transitioning, right? Always elevating and expanding. That's what we're about on the Sister Modupe Raw Vegan Soul Food Show, right? Elevating, expanding, nourishing ourselves 365 degrees. Well, I am always asked about how to transition to a healthier eating lifestyle. And today, me and my special guests are going to share our experiences, give you all kinds of ideas and tips on how to do that, recipes, all that, right? We got a lot to get to, so let's get started. Let me tell you who my special guest is. It's my husband. You probably tell from the song we opened up with, Love, 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 what the world needs more of, right? Well, we've been together a little over 5 years, and so we've got a blended family. He's got children, I got children. We've got bonus children, bonus families, and we met in Leimert Park. That's right here in LA. And believe it or not, it was over food, right? Always delicious, always nutritious, raw vegan soul food. And you know what? When I met him, he said he'd always wanted to be a vegan. I've been on this path for well over 30 years. But it was something new for him in the doing. It was in his mind. It was something he wanted to do. But he just kept saying, how? So I'm going to turn it over to him, my king, Brother Bandele. And I'm going to let him speak a bit about why he wanted to become vegan. I'll share more about my experiences also because, like I say, I've been on this path for a long time, but I've shared some of my experiences and reasoning and all that through some of the during some of the other episodes of the show. So I don't want to take it all the time up because he's newer, and a lot of the people who are asking me questions, obviously it's newer to them. So I want to spend a little more time on someone whom it's a newer experience for. So here's my king, Brother Bandele, and he's going to tell you about his philosophy, how, why, and steps he took, and all that good stuff. And of course, he's going to tell you about the story of us meeting and our raw vegan love affair and all that kind of good stuff. So here he is, my king, Brother Bandele. Tell us about your experience.
Well, I'd like to first start out by really just giving thanks to be here today. I'm always in the background with my queen, and
he's the reason all this happens. He put all this together.
Well, it's, you know, I can honestly say that I am your biggest fan. That's for sure. Yes. And it's just such a blessing that we can like really see this as bigger than us, and to be able to have a vision and seeing families and loved ones, you know, benefit and live the lifestyle that we get to live every day.
Health.
Yes.
Wealth.
Your biggest wealth is your health. We truly believe that, but yet to just enjoy it ourselves on this journey, we feel like it's just too much too much that we have, and we have to give it all away. We have to empty out all that we have, and all in the name of love. And then, like you said, the song that came on is it's really the core of our lives. Is that we believe in love, and we don't claim to be perfect, but we do hold love as the highest standard on our journey. And because we believe the world truly needs love.
Absolutely.
And from, like you said, from the top of your head to the tip
Tip
of your toes, we need love. But yeah, my journey started when I used to just go to Venice Beach, and I came here in 2012, and actually was it 2012?
No, because we met in 2011.
And so it was 2014, I believe.
Wrong direction? What are you talking about when you started wanting to put into action becoming a vegan?
Actually, when I first came to LA, I've been in LA before the first election, before President Obama was president.
Okay.
He was just running for office.
Oh, now that's interesting. You know, a lot of times those of us with children, it's like, okay, what was happening before that one was born? What was happening after that one was born? Okay, so you came to LA a few years before we met. How many years were you here before we met?
About a year.
About a year? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got here about in 2009, 2010.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And so I was going to Venice Beach. I love to go to Venice Beach and play drums and to sing and to just make people feel good.
Oh, no, he did. He left out the roller skate part. This man goes down to Venice Beach. This is his ritual. Got to keep it healthy, right? Healthy in spirit. So this is one way he gives back to the world. He roller skates while playing a djembe drum and singing. Roller skating, playing a djembe drum and singing, and kind of dancing, because he's really good. When I met him, he wants to go roller skates. I haven't seen his skates yet. I like to roller skate, but I'm not that good. But I like to do it, right? We're going to roller skate till we're 150, right?
Oh, yes.
On the raw vegan soul food diet lifestyle. And I saw his skates, and they don't have stoppers on the front. I was like, oh, okay, this is beyond my league. But so, okay, go on. I'm sorry.
So yes, going skating, and one thing that I was born in Louisiana, so soul food and the traditional cultural food from down south, it is what it is, and that's what I knew, and so, but yet deep inside, I felt like something was different that I needed to transition to, and I was able to identify when I would drive down Venice Boulevard. And I would see all the vegan restaurants, it's like many Indian restaurants on Venice Boulevard coming from the west going east. And I would see these vegan restaurants, and I was like, one day, I'm going to be vegan. I just feel like that's something that I just have to experience in my life. I didn't know how, because all the habits and the way that I was used to eating, it was deep inside my whole psyche. And so, but yet the desire was there, and I really believe that you don't have to know how, just never let go of your deepest desire, and in a matter of time you will experience that. And
that's that passion, right?
Yes.
So the universe don't tell you to worry about the how. The universe tell you stay occupied with that's what I want, and move towards that. And the universe's job is what? To make sure it happens, help it happen. That's why be careful about the seeds you plant, right? It could be a seed for a rose, or it can be a seed for poison ivy. The universe don't care, because it's your passion that drives it, right? So it's going to grow, right? You drop either of those seeds in the earth. The earth's job is to make it grow. So plant what you really want.
Yes. And I truly, in Queen, we truly believe in that. And I was driving and passing these restaurants. It took over a year or so. And just then all of a sudden my father transitioned, okay? My mother told me about that, and then she told me why, which would he transitioned from cancer, okay? And then you hear about, are you gonna get what your parents have, because it's like in the genes, and I just truly don't believe in that, because if you do things different, you'll get a different results. And so that's something that I believe to this day. And so I said, let me start making some changes right now. And so I said, okay, number one is that I'm going to stop eating meat. So I actually started eating salads, okay? And I was like, okay, after a few days, it's like this salad was starting to get kind of old. It's like, I was losing my little fire, you know. It's like, okay. So I said, I'm not going out like that. So I got a blender, actually.
A juicer.
Actually, it was a juicer.
Right.
I said, even if I have to juice my way through this thing, I'm not going back to eating meat. And so I bought the juicer, and I was just doing what I needed to do. And one day I ended up going to Lamert Park. And so I was in Lamert Park, and I saw this beautiful goddess just there, looking so amazing. And I was like, wow, what is it that she's selling, you know? And I went to her, and I said, what is your name? And I introduced myself. And she said, Sister Modupe. I said, well, okay, good to meet you. My name is Bandeli. What is this you're serving here? She said, this is raw vegan food. And I said, really? And I saw one particular dish. She looked the color of my shirt, which is carrot. It was like a high orange. I asked her what was it. She said, this is my carrot supreme. And I said, really? Can I taste it? And so she said, yes. So when I tasted it, and all the flavors and everything and that I was experiencing, how palatable it was, I was like, wow. So now I know for sure that I am going to make it. Because if she can make a carrot taste this delicious, then I know I was on my way. And so she allowed me to taste some of the other dishes she had, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And so I became her customer, which is, of course, Sister Modupe. And so I was just buying food from her, you know, calling her, I need a plate, whatever. And she was, you know, we was coordinating that. And then after a while, it's like, you know what? We enjoying this food, but we got to see this bigger. We got to make this available to the community, okay? So we decided to open up a restaurant together, you know, just as business partners, just doing something that we believed in. And opened up the restaurant over on Market Street in Inglewood, and the name of the restaurant was Lil Eden.
Lil
Going
Eden.
back to the original food from the garden. And so we did that, and we didn't know how it was going to be, but we said we got to do it anyway. And we was amazed on how many people was telling other people who was telling other people who was telling other people, and we was open for a whole year. And there was so many customers, there was more than Queen could keep up with at that time, because it was the first time, and it's the learning curve, and you just do what you got to do and learn as you experience new whatever comes up from day to day.
Yeah, it was a wonderful, beautiful experience, because I had to hire people, word of mouth. We really didn't do any advertising, but we just had a ton of people coming. Doctors and clinics in the area were sending people because folks want to either get off medication, they want to avoid getting on medication, or they were looking to just elevate what they were eating. So it was highly satisfying. It required a lot of energy day after day. At one point, we were 7 days a week, and it was like, oh, okay, I can't do this for long, okay? But people were amazed at how the food really energized them, and the flavor, and they were like, oh, this is raw, we can't believe this. And then people who were already somewhat on this path, they thanked me over and over. We can't believe this is in Inglewood. We have to go to West Hollywood or down to Venice Beach or just other places to get this type of food, because, you know, in our community, matter of fact, there was a barbecue place across the street, and in our community, there's tons of donut shops, fried chicken, barbecue, whatever, but try and find some fresh, real, unadulterated food can be difficult, and particularly foods that don't rely on soy and wheat, meat imitation types of things. That wasn't my thing at the restaurant. Mine was, you take a cabbage, you take some collard greens, you take a carrot, you take a sweet potato, you take real food and make real food from it. Yes. You know, that's delicious. So we closed the restaurant because we needed a different space, and we'll be hopefully opening another location soon. You'll all be the first to know. It might be happening within several weeks, matter of fact, okay? And it's been a wonderful journey. It's a journey that we're still on, and we really enjoyed it. And needless to say, introductions, food, and other things led to marriage, as they say. So we're still enjoying each other, enjoying the food, and really, really, really loving this journey and being able to share this with other people, because you've probably heard my story before, similar to his. I'm looking around at my family, and I'm going to tell you now, if you haven't heard the story, both my parents from the South, they can make dirt taste good, you hear me? They cook. My grandmother, my mother's mother, was a fabulous cook. And so I know about seasonings, and I know about things that taste good, but I'm looking around at my family. When I was younger, I liked to be really active. And I'm like, stroke, heart attack, diabetes, kidney failure, on and on and on in my family. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to be active, or I didn't want to be obese. You know, a lot of women in my family are large, men too. And so I knew I had to do something different. So before I had my first child, which was 30-some years ago, I decided, oh no, I got to make a radical change. So, you know, elevating constantly, going from vegetarian into vegan into raw vegan, has just been a universal blessing to me, because I feel better. I have cousins now who I'm decades younger, but I know that they are either on medication or they're not looking like they're younger than I am and such. And it just feels really good. And so this is one of the things that helped to unite us, was that we just said, we got to get this message out. We see people suffering, people sick and such, and it's totally unnecessary. We know everyone's not going to become 100% raw vegan, but the message is you've got to eat live food. If you got to put life in if you want life out. It's simple as that. You got to put life in if you want life out. And by the time you fry things and batter them and this, that, and the other thing, there's really no life left in that food, and it becomes a problem for the body, not an asset, not something that helps to fuel, energize the body, help you to stay vitalized, all of that type of thing. So his journey was, he just dropped it. He said, I'm dropping it now. His father transitioned with cancer, as he said, and he just dropped it. He said, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it, right? And so mine was, the way I did it was kind of a step by step by step, right? I stopped eating red meat first. No more lamb, no more beef, no more, on and on. As we said, neither one of us grew up as vegans. And then I gave up the fish, okay? No, I'm sorry. Then I gave up fowl. No more chicken, no more duck, no more turkey, no more capon, on and on. I gave that up. Cornish hens, okay? I said that because my mother was, I'm telling you, my mother can make dirt, mud taste good, okay? She's a fabulous cook, a fabulous baker. But like I said, I'm looking around my family and I'm like, I got to do something different, otherwise I'll get the same results, just like that. We know it's not 99.9999% of the time, things are not genetic. It's very rare that something is genetic. It's lifestyle. So if you're drinking tons of alcohol, you're eating fried foods all the time, you're not getting enough rest, you're not drinking enough water, you're not getting enough exercise, guess what? You're going to look like you do all of those things, and it will age you, and it will bring health complications, diabetes, cancer. My mother's father, I even forget the number of strokes he had. Of course, he grew up on that food from the South and moved up north to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He continued to eat that type of food, and it took its toll. My mother's had brothers pass away from cancer. I've had... woohoo, there's someone's phone who they didn't remember to turn it off. And so, again, stop ringing. I'm going to keep on talking. But so many things, kidney failure, watching people in my family, on dialysis and things like that. Those are not easy illnesses or ailments to deal with. It's not, some people say, well, I'll just get a pill or I'll get a new organ or something like that. Guess what? That stuff does not feel good. It does not, and I don't do sick. So it's no sacrifice for me. So that's one of the big things I want to say about taking on this lifestyle. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, and it's hard to adapt to something that you feel like you're always missing it. You always want it, okay? So for me, it's about getting something that's better for me, that I'm going to enjoy and like more. So we're going to talk some about philosophy and the ways that you can do different things to move yourself into, to transition into, because like I say, I'm asked almost every day about how to eat healthier, how to transition from one type of eating lifestyle to another. Because as we know, the food is not grown properly. The animals no longer, the chicken you're eating today is not the chicken that your great-grandparents ate. They're so full of hormones and antibiotics, and the chickens become adult chickens in such a short amount of time, from egg to full-blown chicken. It would blow your mind. A chicken is supposed to take weeks before it becomes a full-blown an adult chicken, right? It would be like watching a baby be born and you blink your eyes a few times and they're 21 years old. Now you know that you'd have to ask yourself, what kind of human is that?
Yeah.
Right? Because we know a human being, if they're born one day, it's supposed to take 20 years, 21 years before, they're a grown and full adult, right? So we are also going to talk a bit about different ways to do this. I've already mentioned one. He's like the smoker that says, okay, after today, no more cigs. Okay? So he just said cold turkey. Some people do that, and it works for them. I did the stepwise process. I stopped eating this, I stopped eating that, I stopped eating that, and got to a place where no more backstepping, no more, oh, let me have one more burger. Nope. And I just did it that way. Other people do it, again, by setting some kind of time period. Okay, it's 6 months. 6 months, I'm going to have dropped it all, and that's my plan, right? Again, some people will do things like they'll increase one thing. Say they'll say, okay, I'm going to increase the amount of potatoes or rice I put on my plate, and I'll start decreasing the amount of meats I eat. Maybe I'll only eat some meat once a week or twice a week, and then in a certain amount of time, I'm going to totally cut it out. I'll just continue eating meat for the next few months, but I'm going to gradually decrease the amount of meat or the types of meat that I eat. And in 3 months, 6 months, a year, I'll be transitioned, okay? So now, the reason, again, that we're doing this is about health, longevity, vitality. You get to make a choice about how your life will go. You could go full of energy, roller skating at 100, swimming laps, doing gymnastics, all of that. And the reason I mention that is because I see it on YouTube all the time. I saw, was it a 90-something-year-old? She was a gymnast when she was younger. She got up there on her 90-something birthday and showed some routines. She could still do some routines. We have people running marathons who are 80 and 90 years of age, okay? Swimming laps, okay? So it's up to us to decide how we want to go through this life. We're not sent here to fall apart. Some people actually think we're supposed to fall apart as we grow older. We hear it all the time. Oh, well, it's going to happen to you as when you become 70, 80, 90. Oh, I'm not planning for anything like that myself, okay? So I'm giving you some examples of how people do some transitioning. I also wanted to show you some websites that talk about this, because there are things that you want to do. And so one of the first things you want to make sure to do, once you start thinking, well, maybe I want to do this, maybe I want to try this, or maybe my mind is made up to go on and succeed and do this. One thing is that you really want to understand why you're doing this. It's not because somebody else is doing it. How long is that going to last? It's got to become your passion, really the reason why you want to do it. So you want to understand your own philosophy, why you want to do it, right? I think. The other thing is to plan it. Be patient and plan it, right? So that you're not upset with yourself if you fall off the wagon. Make a plan and then stick to your plan, a plan that works for you, not somebody else's plan. He went cold turkey, okay? Everybody, cold turkey may not be work for them, right? And then you want to educate yourself. Educate, educate, educate. That means now you need to start reading labels. That means now you want to look up articles online when you have questions, and talk to people that you see as people being successful at doing what they're doing, at being a vegan, okay? The other thing is that you want to make sure that you are always enjoy doing this. Not like it's a drudgery. Not like, oh, I'm eating this plate of of beans or sprouts, but I would rather be eating, how long is that going to last, right? And then at the same time, have fun and experiment. Experiment in your kitchen, making different foods. There's tons of recipes online. Experiment when you go out to eat, you know. But the one big thing in many of the websites I looked at that was not mentioned is that you may end up with new friends and losing some other friends. Because if you're always hanging out with people who are saying, oh, why are you doing that? Or that's no good, or that's stupid, or that's dumb, or why don't you eat this, that, the other thing, right? That's not going to feel good. That's not fun. And that's not encouragement, right? You want to be around those who are going to encourage you, those that understand and respect your decision, and those that just leave you alone when you're trying to eat your food, okay? Or when you're out shopping, you know, you're going shopping and people are, you don't need ridicule or things like that. And I'm going to tell you too, in the family, you might fall out with family members. When I first became vegan and such, like when my first daughter was born, they were like, you can't not feed that girl meat. She's going to get sick and such, okay? So you've got to make sure that you spend time around people who encourage you, and start going to events where there's vegan festivals or films and or watching documentaries and things like that, because you want to be able to do it right. And so flexibility is very important. I'm not saying you got to flex outside the vegan circle. What I'm saying, you got to be flexible within it. So if you find something doesn't taste good to you, maybe collards raw is just not your thing. Though if you have my raw collard green salad, I could change your mind. Yes. So there's lots of other greens to eat. Maybe something doesn't agree with you. Maybe sprouted quinoa just doesn't agree with you. There's other types of foods to eat. So just because something is works really well and seems to make somebody else healthy, if it's not for your taste, or if it doesn't settle well in your stomach or whatever, there's lots of other things to choose from. Maybe Brazil nut milk works really well for you, almond milk doesn't. Don't try and force yourself to drink the almond milk when it's not agreeing with you. You've got other alternatives, okay? So I hope some of these tips and techniques will help to encourage those who are looking to transition. Like I say, let's look at some of those links that I have there. Okay, transitioning to a vegan lifestyle. And do you see the word lifestyle? It does not say diet there, because this is an adaptation of a lifestyle, right? Diets mean what? That it could be temporary. People often associate the word diet with punishment, right? Oh, I've been bad and da-da-da-da. How long is that going to last? This is a lifestyle change. Yes. You know, they're the things you dream about now are watermelon and kiwi and stuff, not hamburgers and milk cow cheese pizzas, okay? So remember that. Let's look at another one. All right, step-by-step guide, how to do a vegan diet. You see, there's all kind of resources out there. And of course, you can also email me rawvegansoulfood@gmail.com. I'd love to help to be of assistance to you. Let's take a look at another one. Vegan how-to. Part 1. Some people have series out there. There's 7-part series on helping you transition. Take a look at a variety of websites, films. You know, talk to even maybe a doctor or a professional if you have some health concerns. But don't listen to, let's see, how do I want to say this the right way? Be skeptical of anyone who tells you that this is not a healthy lifestyle, because it is very healthy. You will feel good, but you have to do it the right way and be flexible. Let's take another look. Okay, want to go vegan? Look here. Here's a 30-day plan to make the transition and make it last. So again, there's all kinds of resources out there. And talk to people whom you see as being successful in doing this, okay, who look like they have the energy, who look like the skin is looking good. They're not having problems with managing their weight and things like that. Because vegan can be done really wrong. Anybody who's sitting around eating a lot of soy and wheat meats, they're going to have, if they don't have problems right now, it will be happening down the line, because it's very hard on the body and will make you sick in ways that you wouldn't believe it. Vegans can have as a very high heart disease rate just like meat eaters if they're eating soy and wheat all the time, because it damages the body. Again, makes problems for the body. Now let's take a look real quick at what I have on the table here. Remember, it's summertime. It's time to eat light. It's time to eat juicy things with a lot of hydration potential for your body. You know, I'm here with my tangerine, right? We had to grab a jar that's not so cute, but we got it here and we're drinking it because in the summertime, remember, you need to stay hydrated, right? So drink nutritional drinks. I don't mean sugary or tea, you know, like caffeinated, sugared up teas and things like that. Those are hard on the body, not helpful to the body. Nutritional drinks like something like tangerine, which has all the minerals and vitamins and amino acids that your body needs. Eat things like bananas, these plums, pumpkin seeds, okay? Let me read you something real quick about a plum. The phytochemicals in the skin of plum help your body to absorb minerals, especially iron. In this way, plums are a very good food for people with anemia. Actually, women will fall in love with the plum and the prune once they learn that it was this particular person's teacher's secret weapon against osteoporosis. I didn't say that the solution was cow's milk. I said one of the things that's going to help you a lot with your body is this plum, okay? Now, everybody knows that calcium is important for bones, but actually it's the mineral silica that plays an even more important role, and plums are the highest in silica, even more than cucumbers. Women who use plums every day in their smoothies and diet have been known to gain 5% of their bone density back. Did you hear that? I didn't say a calcium pill. I did not say some cow's milk. I said plums, okay? And that's annually without the use of prescription calcium. This is the power of the plum for osteoporosis, okay? I just wanted to read to you about the wonder. It's not eat these things just because they grow on a tree or because I need to get some fruit in. These things build your body. They give you energy and they help to also clear out the body, all right? So again, we want to thank our sponsors, All in One Press Kit. Sweetie, I just took over, didn't I? We want to thank our sponsors, LA Kingtex, lakingtex.com. You know, people do not check their emails very often. Maybe only 17% of their emails are checked. But guess what? Their texts that come to their phones, almost all of those are read. And lakingtex.com, that's the solution for you. If you got social groups that you want to text out to, business group, customers, clients, lakingtex.com is the way to go. All right, so we thank our sponsors so much. I thank you from the bottom and tip top of my heart for being here. Watch this over and over so you can be encouraged to make positive changes in not only in your life, in your family's life, in your loved ones' lives, right? We're here to be healthy, full of joy, have a long life full of vitality, but you got to make the kind of choices that are going to yield those kind of consequences and those kinds of results. All right, we love you. You have anything to add, sweetie?
I just want to give thanks once again to be here and just let everybody know from my heart that Sister Modupe, she is like the biggest kept secret in this whole city. Her love, her passion, all that she have to offer, it is truly from the heart and from the soul, and it's totally for the love of you. And so we're just thankful to be able to serve, and we send our blessings and love to each and every one of you.
And I want to thank him again because this is my support, and this is the person that helps me make all of this possible, not only in as a producer of the show and such, but as emotional, mental, intellectual, etc., support. So go out there, love somebody, do something good and positive, because that's what this world needs today, tomorrow, every day. And we look forward to seeing you next week with plenty of love and new ideas for helping you to be your best you and live the best life you ever can. And again, this beautiful song was written by none other than my beautiful husband that we're going to go out on. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings.
Peace out.
Well, lovers come, lovers go, but it don't have to be a girl I know. Yes, we can climb the highest mountain. never find an ending to our love. Oh, to our love. No, 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 no. Never find an ending to our love. Come on. We will never find an ending. Never find an ending to our love. We will never find an ending. Never find an ending to our love. Oh, never find an ending. Never find an ending to our love. Never find an ending. Never find an ending to our love. Oh, never find an ending. Never find an ending to our love. Love.